Hello, Father John Dunn with you again on this, the 32nd Sunday of the Church's year. It's also for us in Auckland still lockdown level 3, although it looks like there might be a little light at the end of the tunnel. I've been hearing that people have been finding it increasingly hard in personal life, family life, business, all life in general. So I bring you the love and the prayers and the encouragement of all the people of our parish communities. Also keep in mind why we are doing this. Ultimately, it's an act of social love, whereby we are working for the common good to bring healing to our nation and to bring us back to normal life through managed control of this pandemic. Let's all continue to play our part. The readings today may speak to us. They invite us to look at two women, both of them widows. So let's see what they have to say to us. I'd like to preface that by saying that in the Jewish scriptures, in the book of Deuteronomy, the good Jew has a sacred duty to look after three groups of people. They are the stranger, the widow, and the orphan, those who have nothing effectively. And the order is, if you have a field and you harvest it, don't go back to pick up what you've missed out. Leave it for the widow, the orphan, and the stranger. So here we find this widow in a time of terrible famine. She has one meal left before they die. And the stranger comes and asks her to give that meal to him. Fancy, what would you do if you were in the steps of that woman? The choice for hospitality over self in a time approaching death is an enormous choice. But she hears the words of the man, she treats him as a prophet, hears his word, and then serves him first, and they survive the famine. In the Gospel, there is a woman, a widow, who I think may well be living in the temple. She combines an incredible love of God together with a form of existence, which I think she survived by begging. Of all the people in the temple who puts money into the temple giving box, she puts in 2 small coins, and Jesus notices it. And he then says that what her kind of giving makes her an example of what the genuine Jewish piety should be. Not only the people who have given out of their plenty and left and what they have over, this woman has put it all in. And then she has to go back and beg for the next meal. What Jesus notices is also balanced by his criticism in the other parts of the Gospel, of the religious leaders who search after things like the places of honor and power in the community, and linking with them those wealthy ones who, in order to be seen, put in lots of money. Both women therefore challenge us to reflect on what makes authentic religious living in the following of Jesus, and particularly in this time of pandemic. At this time also, Pope Francis is inviting us to try a new form of church, which is journeying together. So these women invite us to think, what does it take to renew our church, rebirth it? They also invite us to look at our society and see that there are so many people going hungry these days. And on that note, I would like to thank those so many people who are supporting and helping, not just in the parish, but even more so in other forms that way. So what does the woman have to say to us there? How do we, and what are we saying to our children, informing them for a future where their form of charity is not just individual, but also social love, and what are we doing to form them for the healing of our planet. The healing aspect of this is so important. It's a common work that we all need to do. In the second reading, we find that what Jesus does is he gives of himself all his life, presenting an alternate kingdom of God, and then he goes and is killed by those who oppose him. This is his priestly act, and he invites us, therefore, to see him as our priest and to enter into that place where we can be one with those women, bring joy and hope in our little way to healing around him, and be always mindful that it's the love of God who loves us first which sustains us in time of famine and pandemic. May God bless us and give us the courage we need and the hope for the future.